Man, life's been busy. My car's been breaking down every third day. First the Ford, then the Honda, then the Ford, then the Honda, then the Ford. Then I had to get my Honda towed from Walmart, and I thought I was just gonna get a dolly and get it pulled with or Ford Escape V6 4-wheel drive, but they're like, it's not allowed. You can't tow it. It doesn't have the power or capacity, and I'm like, what's that even about? Because you're telling me a big ass SUV can't tow a little Honda Civic two door? Anyway, so then I had to rent a truck from U-Haul to pull the dolly. Paid $170 to tow it for, I don't know, 7 kilometers, 10, 15 max. So, and then U-Haul always makes these big ads, right? Rent a U-Haul starting at $19. Yeah, get out of here, buddy. $19 to get into it, 11, $16 to get the insurance on it, then the miles on it, bro. That should be considered false advertising. Anyway, got the car home, tried fixing it, put the transmission on the floor, tried fixing it with my dad. We put 30 hours into it in 3 days. Um, then he did some of his own hours on it. I was in my room doing my stuff. Put it back together. I lose power. I get it towed from AMA. Got an AMA membership for 140. Then I had to wait 72 hours to get it towed. But to skip that 72-hour waiting period, you have to pay $60 so people don't just get a membership to get it towed. So whatever, now I have AMA, and then I had to pay another $37 to get it towed 16 kilometers. Complete joke. $210 down again from the 170 plus all the we tried. So we had problems with the clutch. So second gear wasn't going in, power was gone. So we thought it was the clutch. Took the whole thing out. Clutch was brand new. I'm like, gosh darn it. So then we just put an even newer clutch and flywheel in there or whatever. We changed the alternator. We changed the master slave clutch, whatever it's called. And now it's at a Honda specialist, which my best friend plugged me up with. He's Asian, so of course he knows the Asians that work on Asian cars, and they got me a slot. So thanks, Triton. Really appreciate that plug. But then now we're down to one car, right? So the Ford, all of a sudden wheel bearing shot, and it sounds like we were driving around grinding rocks. Um, so that was that. But it's okay now. I'm happy with it. We fixed it. Mainly my sister's boyfriend and my dad. They really hit it because I'm in my room. I'm doing the chores. I'm doing the laundry. I'm doing the cleaning. I'm the freaking housemaid up in this joint. Uh, and then of course doing my content, my music, etc. But now the car's running. Done. Now I got to get a call back from the Honda people. So life is always going to hit you with these unexpected twists and turns, and it just sucks. And money everywhere. Money, 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 money. You spend like $30 on a bolt. We cut a bolt in half because it was stuck. Pried it out. Go to the Ford dealership, and they're like, "Yeah, it's $27." I was like, "That's okay." But he's like, "Yeah, a guy here earlier came by and he paid like $68 for a bolt." I was like, "That's how the cookie crumbles." And then it's like you try to get a bearing, and the bearing is like $150. And then if you buy the whole assembly kit with even more pieces plus the bearing plus everything else, it's like 120. So what else? We changed the pre-cat exhaust on the Ford. We changed the brake pads on the Ford. And every day is something new. So it's nonstop, guys. And if you aren't passionate about your passion, your dreams, your goals, um, and that is your plan A and your plan B, you're gonna give up. If you always have a plan B, when these hiccups come, you're gonna forget about plan A. You're gonna be like, you know what? I'm not gonna be a musician. I'm gonna focus on my job, fix the car, settle into life, do that. But you can't have a plan B, guys. You can't have a plan B. Second of all, now that's off the radar. Also, I noticed if you want to have an office or you want to work on your stuff or the gym, you must leave your house. You must leave the house. I'm like, I'm going to work out at home. I've said that so many times over the years. It works for 2, 3, 4 weeks, and then all of a sudden you're not working out anymore. Because your house, your home, is your home. That's where you sleep, that's where you eat, that's where you do chores. Um, Even if you have a dedicated room to work out, I don't think you're going in there. I had a room. I did it in my room. I did it in the kitchen, living room, the basement, whatever. I have my rings here. I do it. But to just say, I'm going to go work out at home, no. Because it's like chores. This needs to get done. I could drive here. I could eat something. The fridge is there, whatever. So you have to leave the house. Same with working at home. I don't know how people do it. If you're at home, okay, I do it too, but I wish I had a separate place to go to. Leave your home. Leave that mindset that you have at home. Go, go somewhere else, right? So now, because I canceled my gym membership, and now I'm gonna go to a different gym. I canceled it because I didn't like Planet Fitness. It's the cheapest. It's like $15, but it's just kind of whack. There's much to do. Everything is cramped. There's no stretching area. Everything is tight. It's like this big gym hall, the building, and then they're like, how much stuff can we fit in here? That's what it is. So now I'm gonna go to this more expensive gym, which costs $100 a month. But you know what? I'm like, we spend 100, $300 a month as a family drinking coffee and buying energy drinks and other garbage. So why wouldn't I invest that into a good gym? And also, there's Lamborghinis, Corvettes, BMW M5s, Cadillacs in the parking lot. So even just going there and being around those people, it's not my main intention to go network. I don't really do that. But they have a swimming pool. They open at 4 a.m. They have a CrossFit room, tire flipping, sandbag throwing against the wall, right? So a thicker wall, sled pushing, sled pulling, boxing bags, wall climbing in a sense, not like rock climbing, but just like bars on a wall that you can do stuff on. And then just a bunch of modern machines. Spice it up, keep it fun. And they also have like 250 classes that you can take. So like hot yoga, hot meditation, stretching, Pilates, TRX, rings. I don't know. They got a bunch of classes, bunch of stuff. You can clock into as many as you want every single day, $100 a month. So, and it's just down the street, right? It's better if you drive 5 minutes to the gym instead of 30, right? I used to live beside the gym back in Stony Plain, Alberta, and then back in Germany. In Germany, I lived right beside the gym, literally like right the building beside my apartment complex was the gym. So you don't really have an excuse. You just get up, walk over there. There's no friction, right? But if it's like, oh, I gotta go to my car, I got in winter, you gotta warm up your car. And I gotta go outside, and then I gotta shovel the snow, and then I gotta drive, and then I gotta drive home. It's like, and then you're like, you know what, fuck it. I got so much to do at home. I'm not gonna go. So now this gym cuts me down 7 minutes of driving, which is okay. Um, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm gonna go. Fuck the driving. It's close. It'll take me 5 minutes to drive there instead of 12. So, um, yeah, I'm very excited. Get back in the rhythm Because if I don't work out in the morning, I don't do it. I don't do it at 12. I don't do it at 3 p.m. I don't. I'm the person. I need to get it done right in the morning, or shit ain't getting done. And then when I start my day off with fitness, then I'm also awake to read my book, do my writing and my planning, instead of waking up like a zombie, chugging coffee, reading a book, fall asleep, writing in my journal, planning, fall asleep. So that doesn't work either. And yeah, and then the day carries on and I don't go, and then all of a sudden now 20 days are over and I haven't gone to the gym. And a couple push-ups isn't the greatest workout. So that's that. Very excited to get back into my routine. You need to figure out what your routine is. Everybody's different, every person is different. You need to figure out what works for you. And sometimes if something doesn't work for you, I'm not a gym person, or I can't do this, or I can't do that, or it's just not me. Sometimes it's just you haven't found your rhythm, you haven't found your routine, you haven't found how to structure, right? Because I've been on this journey for a long time. Uh, what I used to do when I worked at Walmart is I would write down 5 a.m. gym, 5:30 change. I would write it down every half hour. I would plan out 6 a.m. this, 6:30 this, 7 this, 7:30 this, 7:45 this, 8:15 this. I'll plan that all out at Walmart, scratch it out, reorganize it, etc. Then I would go home the next day, try it out, because I would work at 2:30 p.m. So I would have the whole morning to crank out my routine. Didn't work, wasn't fluent, there was too much friction, things got in the way. Next day at Walmart, I would sit there with my notepad and I'd be like, okay, 5 a.m. doesn't work. I'm too tired. Let's try 6 a.m. Okay, gym doesn't work in the morning. Maybe I need to read. Maybe I need a coffee. No, drink the coffee after. Eat something before the gym. No, eat after the gym. Oh, don't eat at all. Eat at 12. Oh, that doesn't work. Eat at 3 p.m. So, and then you do that every day, every week. Just recalculate, recalculate, recalculate. Right? There's this famous quote from Think and Grow Rich. It's if your plan, if your goal hasn't, if you failed your goal, it's only because your plan needs recalculation, something like that. So if the life you admire or dream of isn't happening, you just got to recalculate over and over and over again. So, yeah. Now, my over the years also, I don't know if I talked about this in the first episode about niching down, because people always say uh, in the niches are the riches. But I was like, how do you niche down for personal development? How do you niche down for my music? My music can it speaks to everyone. So over the last 5 6 years, I don't have a niche. My niche was helping people. What age? All of them. Gender? All of them. Anywhere? Anywhere. So music? Anyone. But now I realized I'm niching down into the Christian community. I want to follow Christ. It's what I care about. If you want to learn something, you must try and teach it or question other people on it. Get the feedback on it, right? If you want to learn something, try teaching it. But don't preach it. Try to share it in a way more of you're trying to figure it out as well. And I think I finally hit something, some sort of gold nugget here, because I'm excited to do it. It's growing. I'm breaking little records every single day, even if it's just 10 more likes than my usual average. Comments, I've gotten more comments in the last 2 weeks than I've gotten in the last 3 years. I'm not even kidding. I checked one video, I'm at like, I don't know, what was it? 10 comments? 10 comments on one video, over 130 likes. For comparison, I used to get 0 likes or 1 like, which was spam, a hater, or an emoji, which you can't really do much with. 4 to 9 likes, no bookmarks. Now I'm getting bookmarks like 8, 7, 9, 10 bookmarks, which is crazy. So people are saving it, which boosts the algorithm. People are positive, asking questions, being supportive. But we want the haters. The haters make you grow. So I'm not being controversial enough, which we'll get to. Um, I think I'm onto something. So I'm niching down, learning about Christianity, Christ, living my best life, putting my foot out there, self help, and then I tie all my self help into that, right? So now I'm taking my self help wisdom and I'm bringing it to this new niche that I'm going into. So I think I'm onto something, guys. And then I'm also blending in my music teaching video, music teaching or learning. And then I have this amazing theme because I'm an artist. I used to post the raw stuff that TikTok wants to see, but I'm like, it's kind of ugly. But then I'm like, that's what TikTok wants. But I'm also an artist, so I got to do what I want. So I did what I wanted for a couple years, and it didn't work, and etc. So you got to do what works, but you also can't let go of who you truly are and what your message is, right? If you like doing, I don't know, if you like doing a certain style video, but people are all against it, this doesn't work, the angle sucks, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks, but that's what you like, then you got to go all out on it and then just try to take a little bit of that mainstream and put it in there, right? Just like vertical. I don't like vertical content. I hate it. I like horizontal, fits on a TV, it's big, it's movie style. I hate the little phone stuff, but you got to do it. You got to do it. So I had to learn to adapt and do it. But yeah. Anyway, politics is also crazy right now. People, like I said, you can't put your life in the hands of a president. You had all these Trump fanboys, right? Republicans versus Democrats. Everyone's like, oh, Trump's going to save the world. Finally, someone who's on our side. And now he's not doing the things he said, not doing the things they wanted him to do. It's all the same gimmick, right? It's like, it's some dude. It's the president. He doesn't know you exist. And then once you're president, you come into these circles of so much money, and power, and weapons, and influence and control. And then it's like, I'm human. I can bleed. They can kill me. They can assassinate me. I'm the tribe leader, yeah, sure. But they own everything in and around the tribe. And if I now go push against them, they're just going to get rid of me. So now he's splitting up his fan base, calling them, I think, weak. He's denying things about the Epstein thing, which, I don't even care about. I'm just like, it just raises red flags for supporters. It raises red flags for other people. Now you have separation again. So people are pissed. And then it's like, what do you do now? Well, you can't do anything. You can't do nothing. The only option you have is dedicate your whole life to making money and providing value that you eventually can escape this system of tyranny, this enslavement of mankind in your country. But to say, oh, I'm voting for red or blue this year, no, you're cooked, bro. You need to get rich and you need to escape. You need to buy some land on the farm. You need to not be enslaved by debt. You need to not upgrade your misery. You need to save your money, or you need to invest all your money into trying to escape independence, upgrade your values. How can I bring service? How can I rack in some money? That's all you can do. And then hopefully you can escape or make so much money, let's say hundreds of millions or billions, which you could do. You just need to provide the right value, and then you can really play with the big boys. Bill Gates, computer nerd. Amazon guy, nerd. Zuckerberg, nerd. And now what? They own trillion-dollar companies. They move the world forward. They push things onto you. Then you have organizations like Vanguard, BlackRock, the WEF, who do their own stuff. So, how can you play with those players? You can't. You can't. So there could be a big strat from Trump, playing the side of the enemy and then trying to destroy them from the inside out, or he's just a puppet now. So, but I think my sister's coming, so I gotta cut this short. This is my diary for today. I'm gonna do my stuff now. Stay blessed, make some money, upload your wisdom, make a YouTube channel, and record your journey. Stay blessed, brethren. Blah.